California coast, chrome on the trailer, coffee in a toast. Boat hole gleaming like a small town dream. Ride tips twitching in the morning steam. He's got a tackle box full of confidence. West Coast swagger and a little common sense. Chasing bucket map in the early glow. Frank Johnson's ready, let's go. He don't just fish, he lives that line. Every cast is faith and time. When that top water explodes on the dock, you know it's headed to real talk. It's real talk, light it up, let it roll. Live from the lake to your phone on scroll. Cool call spins and baits, he's got the 411. From the break of dawn to the setting sun. Big green
Dubby. Discount code FJ77. I love this stuff. What's going on, Jeff? How is everybody today? When the pressure is high and the bike gets slow, he keeps that patience. Well, everybody, I'm telling you, my live show is better than Dual Threat. Or is it too soon? I want to give a quick shout out to Donkey Schlonkers, Anthony over there at donkeyschlonkers.com. He is making some really great plastics out there. I really love his 5-inch donkey sticks. I fish it like a wacky worm. I can weight it. I can throw it into some heavy cover. They're not a flimsy worm, so they can kind of get into the tight spots, and you don't have to worry about kind of getting snagged on any of the vegetation. So give Donkey Schlonkers a look at the donkeyschlonkers.com. Their creature baits and their gillies are amazing. He also does a lot of saltwater fishing. And so he's got a lot of little baby flounders and swimmers and all kinds of things that you can look at. Anthony over there at Donkey Schlonkers, thank you for everything that you do, buddy. Also, Loose Lip Lures. I don't know if you guys check them out. Loose Lip Lures, you can get them through Defense Bait and Tackle. DefenseBaitandTackle.com. Loose Lips has some really great jigs, some really great plastics as well. He's got some great trailers for your jigs. He makes great jig spinners. He also has these things called jawbreakers. These jawbreakers are my absolute favorite. I love to use the Rainbow Trout jawbreaker in the 1/2 ounce. Let me see, I've got one right here. These right here on Lake Mead. These are what it's about. Ken over there knows what he's doing. He's a very personable guy. Makes everything he does with passion and with artisan quality. So his craftsmanship's there. So I want to say thank you to Loose Lip Lures. Also, Bingo Line, Pro Line. Great fluorocarbon, awesome braids. They're amazing to fish with. They have a pink carbon, fluorocarbon, that literally just disappears in the water. I love to use their 8-pound to about 14-pound out here. I fish really clear water, and that Bingo Life Pro line is amazing fishing line. Give them a check. Bingo Life Pro line. Also, wanted to give another shout out to Rooster Rods. This company right here. Brandon over there at Rooster Rods makes some really high quality rods. I have him make all my rods to my specs. They're custom made. This was a great finesse rod I had him make. It's literally a piece of art. I love fishing with this. It's lightweight. He has got a custom handle grip on here for me. Let's take that off. I'll show you. It's carbon fiber. It goes real skinny for me. And the thing weighs like nothing. These over at Rooster Rods, he has a custom little fire helmet on there for me because I'm a retired firefighter. These rods are amazing rods. Give Brandon a check on. Of course, there's the dog. So that's great. But anyways, give Brandon a call or check him out on Instagram under roosterrods.co or roosterrodco. Great quality rods. He also made me this nice crankbait rod right here. I like to throw a lot of crankbaits into the rocks over here. We have really a whole lot of rocks on Lake Mead. And so, again, his craftsmanship is second to none. Sorry again about the dog. It's just going to happen because I do this out of my house. So, but awesome rods. Give Brandon a check over at Rooster Rods. roosterrodco.com. We're going to have Jeff Harper on and Nick Gets Bass here soon. So, looking forward to it. Let me see if I can get some people over here real quick. Another shout out, Defense Bait and Tackle. Jeff Harper, he's a professional on the MLF tour. He knows what works. He carries what works. I enjoy fishing with Defense Bait and Tackle. I use a lot of their product everywhere from their frogs to the jigs that they carry. Again, they carry loose lip lures as well. It's a great company. Retired Navy vet. He was a crew chief for the Blue Angels, I believe. And so he'll be on later, and Defense Baits is amazing. So they make everything from these crankbaits that I like to use to their custom swimmers right here. Amazing. Defense Bait and Tackle. Also, Hayabusa Hook Company. I just recently signed an agreement with them, so pro staff for Hayabusa. Great hook company. I'm looking forward to everything they're doing. They have some great wacky hooks. They have some great worm hooks, and they have some great flipping hooks as well. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Hayabusa. Thank you for welcoming me to the team. Then we also have, let's see, LureNet, Yum Baits, Hedon, Booyah, all of your Pradco family. I appreciate all you guys, what you guys do over there as well. So we're gonna have Jeff Harper on here soon. I was gonna talk a little bit about the reason why Lake Mead does not have the trophy fish other lakes such as like Clear Lake or even like Havasu have. Florida bass, they get huge. We see 10-pound average all the time. And you go up to Clear Lake, the average is about 9 to 10 pounds as well. And part of the reason why we don't have that at Lake Mead down here is A, during the winter it gets cold. And in the summer it gets extremely hot. So their actual growing period where they can eat and put on weight is very slim. And then with that, they're competing with a million stripers who are just as aggressive, if not more. And they can go in and wipe out a population in any lake. But let's go, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How we doing?
Doing great today. I'm a little bit more prepared, a little bit more relaxed, getting used to being in front of the camera a little bit. So
Oh
I
yeah,
got this.
just
Now look at this. See, it goes with me now.
oh, you got the 360 camera. It actually follows you around. That's pretty cool.
See? Just follows me around, so I'm able to show cool things like, you know,
Baits. There we go.
real quick. Yeah. So how you been doing?
I'm doing well. I'm actually hey, what's up, Bearded Cat? My man, he's in here. Got Brady on my
Nice.
side. Sorry, everybody's commenting on my side. But
No,
yeah,
that's good.
I'm actually
You
packing
answer
up.
the comments as you go. So
Yeah, I'm packing up right now and heading to Harris Chain Lake. So that's in Leesburg, Florida. So I'll be leaving out. I'm gonna leave about 4 in the morning. So I'll be out there with the
start
boat.
fishing.
Fishing the MLF. This is the BFL over the weekend. So it'll be Saturday. So I'll be pre-fishing Thursday, Friday, and then go and smash them on Saturday.
Yes, do you get super pumped like right before a tournament? Like I do. Like right now, I can't wait till Sunday. Like I have Bass Nation on Sunday, and it's just a 1 day gig, you know. But at the same time, it's like all my focus is on it. So
Yeah, I get I actually I fish this almost every day. So yeah, I get excited every day.
Yeah.
And every day I try to do something different. I try not to fish the same spot. So today I went to Kingsley Lake, which is it's about 35, 40 minutes from the house, so not too far. But they've got giants in there. I saw several in there they were double digit. They would not bite. A couple of them were moving up on the beds. And we caught 20 fish each. Had a really good time, but they were all that 2.5, 3 pound range, nothing too big.
and
But
so are you going to be pre-fishing for till Saturday then?
yeah, so what I do, I go out there and I either cut the hooks off or I use springs. So I use screw locks and I don't use any hooks. So all I'm really doing when I go pre-fishing, so I just kind of walk through what I do. I'm looking at water clarity. I'm looking at water temperature. I know 62 to about 70 degrees is when bass are starting to move up on the chain of lake. So I'm looking for clear water. I'm looking for the best, the warmest water. And then I'm going to capitalize on the bite. So it's 5 lakes, so there's a lot of water to cover.
Now, are
And
they all connected, or do you just have to jump from one lake to the other?
they're all connected. So you're not allowed to
Gotcha.
come out of the water. They have creeks and canals that interlock, and the catches are no wake zones. So if you run all the way to Popka, it can take you 45 minutes to an hour. Also, we have locks. So Griffin lock, I don't think is working right now.
I've heard stories about them locks.
The lock is rough, and it gets pretty crazy in there. Hey, thanks for the likes. I appreciate you.
And that water goes up and down in the lock, correct?
It does. So you got to hold on pretty tight. Some are more aggressive than others. Lake Toho, sometimes they'll stack 12 boats in there, and it's like a washing machine. They just dump the water out. They just open the doors quickly, and because they know we're tournament anglers, we don't want to sit there and wait.
Right.
So you pretty much just hold on, and that's why you want to have a wrap on your boat because they're
Oh yeah, you're rubbing.
smacking all the boats around. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we went out today and I did all scoping. I used I had 6 spin pieces on the deck, which is very rare for me. And every one of them, I either got them on a weightless wacky, drop shot, minnow, or a Nico rig. And I was just going to the lake, just pounding on them. Every time I saw one, cast on top of it and fish on.
Well, I don't know if you know Marty Lawrence or heard the name, but Marty, I believe, got like 21.8 on Mojave last weekend. And that was 12th place, I believe, is what he got, somewhere in there.
That's really cool.
But yeah, it's football season. You know,
Yeah.
those smallmouth and Mojave are getting to be about 4 to 5 pound average. And so I'm hoping to land into a few of them on Sunday. We'll see. Mojave could be tricky. We're looking at about 7 mile per hour winds, but on Mojave it's in a real narrow canyon, and that water gets real rough. They usually call tournaments at about 20 miles an hour there. So we're just hoping for some good weather to be able to get on the water. So
Yeah, absolutely.
woke up to snow today.
No,
Yeah, it's snowing.
that's not good.
No, so it's supposed to warm up. We're real close to the mountains, so I think it's just a little spill off. But we woke up, it was snowing. So I'm like, well, I'm not fishing today, you know. So
Yeah.
there's that. Um, so yeah, what else you got going on?
So I'm also in the process of helping. So I got a rod distributor trying to put some rods in the shop. So I'm doing that. Reached out to them. So we might be getting rods. We just got the new reels, so we're designing those. We also, my wife makes jerseys, so we have like special orders for jerseys. So she's making those right now. So that's why I got the. We pretty much have our whole house is pretty much a
Yeah,
office. We're
that's
we
awesome.
make the stuff. We made the shirt. We got these shirts.
Yeah,
We made these last night.
I
So
like it. I got to get me some of them.
yeah, man. So yeah, we make the hats. Most of the stuff is just made internal. We take our time with it and make it high quality stuff. So that way we make sure you're getting what you need.
That's awesome. I was going to show you. This is this is that rooster rod I had made.
Oh yeah, so Rooster is the one that reached out to me.
Yeah. So this is the worm rod I had him make me. It's pretty fancy. It's fancier than what I'm used to. It comes with this little cover on here, but all carbon fiber. You know, you and I decided lighter is better.
Lighter's
And
better,
I mean
especially with our shoulder problems. Yeah.
yeah, this thing. I mean, it's light,
Oh
like
wow,
right there.
pretty balanced.
Yeah, he's got a nice Maltese cross with a fire helmet on there, custom for me. I had him do it in the red and the black. He calls this one the blood feather. He's got his signature rooster on there. But this is my finesse rod. I like throw my wacky on here. The sensitivity is amazing, but yet it has a nice backbone. This thing is let's see, he has it on here somewhere. 7.2 medium fast. So 6 to 12 pound test. And then he's also got it on there for 1/8 up to a half ounce. So it's perfect for finesse.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I got it matched up with a mid grade of Boo Garcia. You know, I don't have to go real expensive on my spinning rod.
Yeah. What's
So
up, Carl?
yep, I just like the setup. It's real light and durable. So I think you'll like it. So
Yeah, he's making me a frog rod right now. So I'm a frogger. I love
yeah,
frog fishing. So if I was to test out a rod, I'd want one
with
with
a good backbone.
273. Yep, with I definitely want a fast tip on it. I like a fast tip and a head.
I'm waiting for my swim rod to come in, so I can throw my 2 ounce baits that I'm not supposed to be throwing.
Yeah, you're throwing that with that shoulder, man. You better watch out. That shoulder is gonna rip off on you.
I don't want to do that. I'm changing the whole way I'm casting too. I'm keeping my elbows to my rib cage, and I'm looking at the longevity of it with the ergonomics of it. So, I'm also going to start taking little breaks to stretch out too, because that kind of helps too mid fish. So,
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
I want to be able to throw these.
Oh man, look at that glide bait. That's nice. Who's making those for you?
This is Little River Lure Lady.
I haven't heard of that one. Little
Her,
what?
her family has been making lures. I mean, like the early 1900s. I think Lake Norman.
Okay, you got to send me a link on that one.
So she sends them out. I bought 3. I got them for my birthday. She thought they were Christmas because my birthday's around December. But these are all handmade, hand painted. She does a whole lot of lure refurbishing too. So like I go through Chopos a lot, but you can mail her the Chopo. She'll repaint them up. This is my little bluegill that I got. This one's pretty fun to throw right here. But she
I've actually used one of her baits before. I have heard of her, and I go Lake Norman fishing a lot. And there's a bait shop up there, and I bought.
this comes with it every purchase.
Yep, and I bought a
And it tells
chopper.
you, yeah. So
That's really cool.
yeah, and then she actually hand draws on each little box. Hope you catch the world record with my lure.
Wow, that is really cool. So it's very
Yeah.
personalized.
Exactly. She's awesome. Check her out on Instagram. You said you've thrown her stuff before?
I threw her chopper. Actually, I caught a really big. I think it was like 8.2 on Lake Toho, and I threw it near a dock and hit a dock and broke the back off of it. And but it was it looked just like a brim. It was like very well painted, very high quality, very detailed. She did a really good job with it.
Yeah, signature pieces right there. And sometimes I hate putting them in the tackle box because it's like, ooh, you know,
Don't want to lose it.
you don't want to lose it. And I don't know how your wife is, but you start losing expensive stuff.
Oh yeah.
You get in trouble for that. So
Yeah, I've got a glide bait I'm tying on right now. It's $220, so I'm throwing that tomorrow. So I might go swimming tomorrow with the alligators.
yeah, at the alligators, have fun with that. So how does that work on a bass boat? Have you ever had one just pop up on you?
So they follow you around. They don't eat much. So I frog fish. I do a lot of frog fishing. So if you're throwing a popping frog or you're throwing a burner frog, as you're reeling it back at the boat, you're going to start seeing them start coming right up, and they'll just sit right beside the boat. You got to be careful when you catch a fish. You got to put the fish on the other side because they'll get your fish. But they don't try to come in the boat. I've had more snakes try to come in the boat than actually alligators. A lot of snakes.
Just out of the water?
Yeah, water snakes and sometimes the water mountain.
You guys got this. I say you guys. I lived in Florida for about close to 2 years, down in Fort Lauderdale area. Lots of snakes, but there's ones that drop out of trees too.
So yes, and whenever you see cypress knees, and just like fishing Sandy Cooper, if you see a cypress knee or see a group of cypress trees, you need to be very careful because they will be up there. You're going to get your lure, and you'll be looking face to face to a water moccasin or some kind of snake. So yeah, that's something you definitely need to watch for. And then we also have those big, huge mosquitoes that come out. So if
I don't like mosquitoes. Those things. You guys can keep you can keep the mosquitoes.
I tell you,
The bugs I cannot stand in Florida. Like I love everything about Florida. I love how lush green it is. I even like the humidity because it keeps your skin nice.
It does. But you can fish year round, so you don't have to worry about winterizing your boat. Make sure it's properly. You just leave it outside. Yeah, no
I
problem.
like to ride my Harley, and you don't have to ever get that thing winterized out there. So, but the one thing you have are a bunch of different bugs that look like they would kill you in 2 seconds.
Yes, we do have a lot of bugs. And one thing that's kind of cool, have you ever fished Kissimmee Chain or Toho or any of those lakes down there?
I've done Okeechobee.
Okeechobee has them too, but they look like mosquitoes. They got a lot of names for them. White flies. They're non-bite mosquitoes, but they will wrap you up. You hit lily pad or
correct?
Or the buggy whips, and you'll stir them up, and they'll eat you up.
The ones I hate the worst are the no-see-ums.
No-see-ums, yeah, those are bad too.
I don't like them. So my grandpa lived on Hilton Head Island, and so right there in South Carolina, and we used to go back there 2 or 3 times a year, and it was always. As soon as you get there, you would always forget the can of off with DEETs. You had the DEET.
Yep.
And as soon as you started getting bit, you got down to this, well, it was like Walgreens or CVS, and you got yourself a can of off with DEET. But yeah, the bugs, I don't know. The desert, I have to deal with. I fished last year in 115 degrees. So
that's not good.
That's a hard
sunburn. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're like one bass last year on Lake Mead, it was an endurance. Like it wasn't just the fishing aspect. You had to make sure you were hydrated. You had to make sure that you were staying cool.
And keeping your fish alive. You had to put ice in your live wells, didn't you?
Ice in the live wells. We froze water bottles. That helped a lot. Unfortunately, there are people who forget about that type of thing, and there are dead fish, and that's why we have penalties. And speaking of dead fish, tell me about what you saw the other day.
Oh, so that what happens here in Florida is if the water temperature gets below 55, usually around that 52, 51, all of our tropical fish and our exotic fish, they're going to die. So we got tilapia, you got armored catfish. There's several other species that's
so this is like a freeze off then.
Yep, thousands of
Gotcha.
fish. I didn't know the worst part, but that was like a whole shoreline of nothing but dead fish.
In California, they had 2 lakes. Clear Lake was one, and then they had a lake in Southern California. But they found nefarious reasons why they had fish kill off there. They even found fish with zip ties around them. Like people were catching them, putting zip ties around them, and throwing them back, and it was just it is disturbing. So I thought when I saw that, I hope nothing was going on like that. But I'm glad to hear it was just a freeze off.
Yeah, it just when the water temperature gets cold, and it's actually not a bad thing. It purges those tilapia. They get pretty invasive and they get aggressive towards the bass. So it's not a bad thing. And it's the circle of life. The alligators have a good time with them. So
Yeah, they don't have to go looking too far for their meal.
they become food. They don't get wasted. That's for sure. Definitely not a waste of fish.
So this was one of my favorites that I got from Defense Baits.
Oh yeah, the
I got
underspin.
yeah, I got the underspin with the baby bass trailer. I don't know what you call this. It's the boots,
Yeah,
right?
the
Boot
boot
swimmer.
tails. Yep. So those boot
Yep.
tails are really good by themselves. You can put them on jig heads.
They remind me of
I've
a
even
Kitech.
yeah,
The
and
way
I've
they
even
feel and everything like that feels just like a Kitech to me.
yeah, and I've thrown them weightless too before and just burned them across the top of pads and then
Yeah.
kill it and let that thing kind of swim down and just yeah, absolutely.
Be ready. Yeah, I like how you don't put a whole lot on the weedless guard. You know, a lot of times you get other brands, and I mean they're just super thick,
Yep.
and it doesn't allow your bait to actually move through the water. It almost puts resistance in the water. I like how it's just. I like everything about it. I love throwing it. So.
It's a good one. That one's good. And then I don't know if you tried the loose lip lures. He has a skip and flip jigs. They're also really good. Actually, I just tied one
On the
on.
wall.
Yeah, I'll be throwing that tomorrow. I've got some docks I'm gonna try out. I'll be skipping those. It skips really well. Hey, what's up, Michael? Hope you're having a good night, brother. Just here to talk a little bit of fishing. About to head to the Harris Chain tomorrow morning. I'll probably leave about
See,
4.
I got the baby bass skip and flip.
Oh yeah, that's a
No,
good one.
flip and skip baby bass.
That's a really good one. I also like the it's called Ghost Blue. That's one of my favorite colors, especially on the Harris Chain Lakes. It's got that blue on there. It does really
Now,
well.
Kevin was telling me you have a signature color too.
Yeah, we don't talk about that on the live. No, I'm fishing the BFL this weekend. So the BFL is going to be on Saturday. So Saturday I'll be heading down there for that. I'm not sure if I'm fishing the Toyota yet. I'm trying to wait for another sponsor to help me out. If I do get the funds, I will be fishing the. Hey, what's up, Barefoot Fishing?
What's the entry fee for something like that?
Seventeen
For on
hundred.
the pro side of it, I know for the co side of it, I've looked at it. I think it's like 550, right?
Yeah, $1,700.
Yeah.
Don't
So
change
that's
from here. Yeah,
about what one bass charges. One bass. Now on the pro side, I think it's like for the U.S. Open, it's like $1,600, but I think their average event is like 1,000,
yeah,
and they offer a boat every event, a Ranger. If I
oh,
could
that's
ever
pretty
talk to you
awesome.
into coming out,
Yeah, man, I'd be down for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
they,
I'll be
they,
traveling a lot more and doing a lot of fishing on lakes that I haven't really fished on. That's the best way to learn.
well, this is all desert fishing. You got a place to stay here, you and your family, whatever. I'm in a rural area outside of Las Vegas, so not really Sin City.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm an outdoors guy. My wife's family, they run a guide and outfitting company called Silver State Guides. They do desert bighorn sheep. So
gorgeous.
we basically live in the foothills of the mountains. So
Oh, dude, that'd be
um,
awesome.
but I'm
Yeah,
30
definitely.
miles. But I'm 30 miles from Vegas, so it's not like I'm out in the middle of nowhere with nothing around. So, but I do have to drive 2 hours to fish my desert lakes.
Oh,
So,
there you go. Have you ever
but
been to Lake Havasu? You ever fished that one?
I love Havasu. So my first toss on Havasu, I actually have a post of it. Was Bass Nation event number 2. I never had cast on Havasu. I was hoping to get down there to practice, but with one bass in the circuit and everything, I didn't have a chance. Got down there first cast. I was throwing a Chapo. It was right in between a rock jetty and a old abandoned pier, and I threw it out there. 3 seconds into it, I had a 3.74 pounder, which to you guys back there is not a big fish, but out here, decent fish. You get 3 to 4 pounder out here, you're doing pretty good. 5 pounder, they have them, hard to find. 9 pounders, good luck.
Yeah, few and far between. Michael, I
Yeah.
went to Kingsley Lake today. We fished out there for about 4 or 5 hours, caught several fish, no big ones. They're definitely moving up on the beds. We saw several on the beds, could not get them to bite. I threw drop shot, wacky, weightless.
You ever tried this stuff?
What you got there?
Dubby.
I never tried that one. What is that?
So this is Dubby. It's got it's a powdered energy drink that replaces caffeine beverages. It contains zero maltodextrin, zero fillers, zero artificial colors or dyes, no proprietary blends. The star of the show is their coffee fruit extract, which helps you focus with no jitters or crash.
What's up, Silver Fox? No
But
crash.
I've been drinking it. I've been drinking it instead of my Red Bull.
Okay.
And 0 calories, and it's just about the same as a coffee.
No, I've never tried that one. Yeah.
I like it. They also do a hydration drink. The kid gets this s'mores drink that they mix with milk. It's not an energy drink; it's just a kid's drink, but it tastes like s'mores with their milk.
Yeah, I got to be careful with So my first year, actually my first 2 years, I do coffee and then I'd take a little bit of pre-workout or something before I went out there on the. And what I found out is, I'd have the trolling motor on 100%, and then I'm like, holy cow, I just worked that whole bank and didn't get a bite. I was just working too fast. You know, you already got nerves.
You're like, how much time's gone by? You're like, oh, I did it all in 3 minutes. I might want to go back.
Yeah, so I've learned just calm down, breathe, slow down. So I've kind of laid off on the energy drinks and the pre-workout and all that stuff. Really tried, again, I'm doing more finesse fishing. I'm Florida power fishing. I love power fishing. I'm
a finesse guy, so you have me at finesse. So.
I'm smashing them this week. I'm not even holding back. If I have to break out a fairy wand this week and fish, I'm not doing it.
3-inch curly tail.
No.
Ask Kate Cherry.
We ain't doing that this week. We're breaking out frogs and swim baits, anything moving, swim jigs.
It's starting to on the days it's not snowing. This is the first time it snowed all winter, but on good days, frogs are doing great out here too. We look for the green toolies, throw them right in there, and boom, here they come. You know, that's why I'm excited to use this one.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. See that mouth on it? How's a little larger?
It's like a plopper.
It displaces water a lot better, so it's going to be good to go. You're going to love that thing. That one's good, and then the black and yellow one that we have is really good as well.
Yep.
Alan said drop shot, baby. Well, so drop shot is good. It is very productive, but I don't
like the drop shot.
Because today really honestly that was the only way I could get the fish to really bite. They would so I would throw the weightless whack. I was in 20 foot of water too, which is very deep for Florida. And it's slow to go down. The fish would start coming up, and then they would just peel off. So or they'd come up to it, and then I start moving it away. They follow it, and then they peel off. So I was like,
now is it heavy? Were your fishing's heavy pressured like tournaments every weekend?
Well, it's super clear water. You can see down all the way down the bottom of 20 foot. So it's very, very, very clear. And it is pressured a little bit, but it's not a tournament lake. It's actually on a base. So it's you had to have special access to get on the base. So there was only 2 boats out there today. So we pretty much had the whole lake to ourselves. But it was pretty windy. But what I had to do was I took the drop shot. So let's say the fish was suspended. I take the drop shot bite, and it would be like, holy cow, what was that? And it start nosing down. And that's one of the things you got to figure out in the live scope. Are the fish feeding down or are they feeding up? And that's what they wanted. They wanted that thing down. And what they also
at the bottom, huh?
Yeah, and that's that pre-fishing. I thought they wanted all at the bottom. The first time, I had about 6 inches of drop shots. Usually, what I do, between my weight and my hook. But that's not what they wanted. They wanted it suspended about 12 inches off the bottom. So I made it about 12 inches. Shake. It would follow it down, so my bait would be right here moving, and it start nosing down. It come right down, and it was just like that. So, but I had to figure that out. I fished for like a whole hour, throwing all this bait, shaking minnows, doing all that stuff. Getting their attention. They come up to it, they might nip it, and I was like, man, they're just not committing to it. And as soon as I changed that drop shot down to the bottom, that's the thing. You got to try everything to see what they want.
Right. You got to find what works.
And you'll know when they want it. They'll tell you. When you have to get the pliers to get it out, that's when you got the right bait and right color and right presentation.
Oh, yeah, 'cause it's all the way down there. Yep.
We had a blast today. Like I said, we caught a lot of fish. And let's see. Hey, what's up there, Danny? So
That's
actually,
that's another one of my favorites that I'm rigged up for Sunday. The rainbow trout jawbreaker with your again with
boot
the
tail,
boot swimmer.
boot tail.
So
Yep.
yep. So
Yeah. So that's a really good color, especially if you have trout in your lake.
we do have a lot of trout in Mead, and Havasu has a little bit of overspill there, but mainly Mojave. Every Tuesday they get about 800 pounds delivered. So all the stripers and the largemouth all gather around the feeding. So it's kind of fun to watch. You got about 40 fishermen all on one pier, and I mean it's synchronized because they've got their lines, good 20, 30 feet out in the water. And it's a moving river, and they're dumping out 800 pounds of fish, and all of a sudden, it just becomes a feeding frenzy.
Oh yeah.
And every once in a while, somebody will land a 40-inch striper. I mean, just massive. They get these pictures of just massive fish. I don't eat striper, so it's not one of my fish that I like to go for. I usually catch them accidentally when I'm fishing for bass. But I've caught a decent 27 incher off of a glide bait. So
That's a good one. So
yeah,
Danny with Crossbaits. Have you ever heard of him? Crossbaits.
no.
So I'll send you a link after we get off this live. But it's I can't talk about it on here. Or I'll get a violation. But he has these things called knuckleballs, which are his drop shot. That's his drop shot, and it has kind of a gesture ball on the end of it. So if you watch most robo worms or whatever, they'll kind of start falling down on the drop shot,
Yeah.
and then you kind of kick them back up. But what he did was he designed it to where it actually floats. So it's a floating worm, and it stays perfectly horizontal the whole time, and you barely got to move it, and it has a lot of action in it. If you go to his page and look on his profile, first couple of videos, you'll actually get to see him inside the aquarium on the tanks, and you'll get to see how the baits move up and down. But he
I'm
also
working on getting an aquarium in here so that we'd be able to do that. So we're working on it.
that'd be awesome. But
Yeah.
he also has the scopodope minnows. So his minnows, that's my favorite. I call a lot of fish on those. But the same thing, you can put a rattle inside of it as well if you want to shake it with the rattle.
Like those little Nico rattles you put in.
Yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, he's got some really cool stuff and really good plastics. And he's got the hairballs, which is his new. I don't know if you've seen the big. I don't know what they call them. Other brands have it, but it's the bigger ball.
Yeah.
So you have your dice, which I got them.
Yep, you got the dice bait, and then this one looks like a star, almost like a 3D global star. Yeah.
They call it like an orchid or call it something. Anyway, it's big, it's huge. But go check out his website. You'll see those on there. And he has Sakamana shad. He calls them Sakamama shad, which are pretty similar to it. And those are really awesome also. They catch a lot of fish. But if you are a finesse fisher,
Check them out.
have you thrown these before? Have you thrown dice?
Yeah, I'm planning on throwing a few Sunday in case I have to drop shot. That's what I was going to drop shot with.
Oh yeah.
Usually when somebody's saying, "Oh, we're going to drop shot," I usually go deep. It's not that I'm not drop shotting. It's just for me, I have a hard time just sitting still in one spot, hoping that the fish comes after my drop shot. So what I like to attack. So I'll throw heavier jigs. I'll throw a heavy Ned setup, like with a half ounce. I just go deep. If they want to go deep, I'll go deep, and I'll bounce it off the bottom of every couple of feet, and I do pretty good that way.
I think I'm throwing a jig tomorrow. I haven't thrown one yet, the football style. I'm gonna be throwing. I'm actually about to tie this one on. This is another good color down here in Florida.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah, the natural.
Yeah.
This one's really good. Also, in clear water, I fish a lot of clear water. So a lot of the stuff down here in Florida is spring fed. So there's a lot of spring fed lakes. It does really good. So I usually put a little boot tail on this one, or I like the split tail as well. Split tail works really good on these, but it's got that darting action on it. And that's good.
I got this one that I'm excited about.
That's that black and yellow frog. I don't know if you got that one in your package or not.
I think I do. Let me see.
The black and yellow one's really good. Early morning, late afternoon, and then that perch one you got. That one's really good if you're throwing around any kind of.
I might already have that one in my tackle box.
There you go. The perch one's really good if you're throwing around broom beds or around docks. That one does really good. Also,
Perch?
yeah, no, the other frog you have, the bluegill frog, the
Yep.
bluegill frog. If you're ever fishing and you got lily pads, and you start hearing popping. You hear that, you'll hear that noise of them popping. I'll real quick. I'll change over to that frog, throw it up there, and
Hammers down. I just love the baits, man. You've got great baits.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah. Alan says shaky head. So we
Shaky heads are good.
we did get new shaky head hooks in. We're big on the red hooks. We love red hooks. I feel like it a natural instinct. They attack it. I even had a lot of buzz baits with red hooks. But we have red hook shaky heads now. So we do have red hook shaky heads on the website as well. So
That's awesome.
oh yeah.
Have to
That's
check those out.
top sellers, yep.
Now, do you use attractant sprays?
I do. So shaky is awesome. It does catch big fish, especially if you're fishing spots or smallies.
I'm getting
But,
excited. I'm going to be trying this stuff out.
Yep,
Have you had much success?
that's the one we use, yeah. So I use the garlic one.
The garlic?
Yeah, the white doesn't like it when I spray it all over my baits and then put my hands in my pockets, but makes the clothes smell good.
My wife doesn't like how the shad tastes.
Taste.
Yeah. So
Taste.
she came over. I was messing with my bait, and she moved it, didn't even think about it, went to lick her finger and taste the shad. Wasn't great.
Yeah, I've never tasted it before. That's pretty funny.
I've smelt it, and I don't think I would ever advise
I didn't
trying
know
to
that
taste
was
it.
going R-rated or not. I'm glad it
Yeah.
did. That's good.
So, and then I love this stuff. If you could, this stuff's great.
I haven't tried that one. So Silver Fox was in here. Have you heard of Silver Fox before?
No,
He's still in here. I'm gonna send you a couple links when we get off of here. What's up, Gary? How we doing? Silver
my
Fox.
wife just said you're calling me out on tasting. Yeah, I'm calling you out on tasting the shad.
There you go. Yeah, he has a new crawl scent, and what he does, he actually uses live, or I guess they're dead crawfish, but he uses real all natural ingredients to get the I guess the flavor and the smell. But it works really good. There's a lot of guys on tour using it now, and I got me a couple bottles on it. It's really good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, check those out. Silver Fox. Then check out Danny at Cross Baits. He's got some really awesome baits. Let's see. I think Carl was on there too. So I wish you could see all my chats. I've got a lot of really good.
Everybody could come follow me and let me know about their products, and we can
definitely
feature
go
them
there
on
and
here
follow
all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, bluegill scent's also really good. Alan said bluegill scent. So
All right.
I like that one. I like shad. You can't go wrong with shad or garlic.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't like the smell of the garlic. It does kind of get overpowering.
Well, I tend to make my own little mixture with garlic at home. It's real simple, and I add in a little red food dye to put off a little blood look.
There you go.
I basically keep it in a Ziploc bag, and when I go to use it, rig it up. Try not to get it on my pro's boat because it is nasty.
Yeah, don't do that.
But it works, you
There
know.
you go.
So the reason why I'm trying the bang was at the U.S. Open, I had a partner named Andy Molyneux, and he caught about a 4.5 pound smallmouth just after I saw him spray it with that stuff. And I'm like, does that stuff even work? Because I've seen, the old dipping glows and all of that. I mean, usually it ends up spilled halfway in my tackle box and ruins half my lures. But I saw him. He sprayed it. 2 seconds later, he had a 4.5 pounder on.
Yeah.
Got a nice picture in front of the one bass sign holding a monster fish. And that's everybody's goal. So,
Were you on the live the other day when I called that 6'4"? I think you were on there, weren't you?
yep, I got pictures of it.
Yep. Do you remember what I did right before it? So I was like, it won't hit. I couldn't get it to hit. And then what I did is I went down there and I said, let's see if they want some scent. So I literally
Is that what you did? You sprayed some scent on it?
that's what I was doing in my box. I sprayed scent on it.
Okay.
And then because I saw a bunch of them down there, they were kind of going up to my bait and then pulling down, going up to the bait. I hate when they do that. So anyway, I threw that one with scent on there, and they all started coming up because I think the scent kind of comes off. It gives like a cloud behind the bait, and they're following that cloud up to your lure. And I mean, they were fighting over it, and then that 6 pounder got it and zzz, started just singing. So that two
Hopefully you
thing
can
that
get
makes a
5 or
difference.
6 of those on Sunday or Saturday. You're fishing
Saturday
or
I'm
Sunday.
fishing. Yep. I need 6
Now
of
what's
them.
the cutoff? You have a cutoff of 50 or no?
50 what?
Like first day you have to make a cutoff.
Oh no. This is the 1 day tournament. So this is the
Just 1 day.
BFLs. So we're
Okay.
fishing the it's like the I
That's
got
Bass Federation.
no, this is MLF, Major League Fishing.
Okay.
So this is like the beginner lead. It's just for fun. I got a couple of guys I travel with, and we stay in an Airbnb together.
Right.
I'm currently in 13th place, so I got to keep fishing them. See if I can. Last 6 years, I've qualified for the regionals, which is pretty simple. It's only the top 25 go each year. So there's 5 tournaments, and we fish all around Florida. So, and then they have a 2 day in October, which is pretty cool because that will be two days. You get to fish both of them. Then
So that's like equivalent to Bass Nation then, because Bass Nation I do 1 day tournament. They take the top 10 that go to regional. Regionals, I think Toledo Bend, and then see where we go from there. This is my first year doing Bass Nation, so it's kind of new to me. It's been fun. I like I like it. I think it's a good program for locals. I'm ready to continue moving up. So
I don't know if they have MLF around your area.
no, I'm gonna have to travel, and I'm looking forward to that as well. Traveling doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I have fished long enough to where I have a little bit of confidence walking into an unknown lake that I can locate fish. It's a little easier being a co. You rely on your pro a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
It's not like I'm exactly dictating where we're going fishing or where we're going to hit first or how we're going to attack. I just kind of I find out the way they want to go, and I kind of act accordingly. One of the greatest pieces of advice I got was from a pro when I was just coming back into fishing. He basically said, "Don't be scared to throw what the pros throw on." And so, I do that a lot. But at the same time, if the pro's going up, I'm going down. If they're going down, I try to stay up. I try to locate the fish at different levels. And try now if he's hitting something on, he's got 2 fish on 1 bait, all of a sudden I'm tossing that bait too, see if I can catch something. But for the most part, I try to be a productive teammate where, if we're trying to locate fish and he's searching for the top, why should I be looking on the top too?
Yep. I was going to say that's why I made that face when you said that.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of co-anglers. I've been fishing now, 9 years on tour. And I've had a lot of co-anglers very upset because what they'll do is they'll change to my bait or something similar to it. And they'll get so frustrated because the hard fish to catch is another man's fish. Also, I've been pre-fishing all week. And the way I present my bait is a little different than most people present their bait. So
I can relate to that.
Really feel bad, and you'll hear them get frustrated in the back of the boat. And they think they're doing exactly what I'm doing, but what they're not realizing is I might have tweaked that bait a little bit. I might be doing a different gear ratio than what they're doing. There's so much more to it than just putting the bait on. So I've seen a lot of co-anglers get very frustrated in the back of the boat. I'm like, all right, come on, man, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, catch your fish, go fishing, go have fun.
Do your thing. That's what I tell. I fish with partners all the time on the boat here. When I'm practicing, and it's like, you do your thing and I'll try to adapt my thing to your thing, and we'll see if we can put something together. I'm a finesse guy through and through. I believe that the longer I let my bait soak, the more of the chance of that big one coming in and taking a look at it. I've noticed fishing as much as I have here on Mojave and Lake Mead and Temple Bar, really clear water like what you're dealing with. I noticed that when you pull into a cove, you're either pushing your bait fish more into the cove and tend to start a little feeding frenzy towards the shallows of that cove, or a lot of times you're pushing them out of that cove and you're pushing fish out of that cove.
Yep.
And you give your boat a time 15 minutes just to settle. Everything kind of goes back to its normal thing. The fish forget about where you're at, and then you start fishing it. And I tend to have a lot better results when I'm finesse fishing, not to try to speed through finesse fishing. And there's a time to speed finesse. You got 20 minutes left in the tournament. You're in front of toolies. You could power fish that all day long. But if you're in the middle of the tournament and you're trying to get weight and fish are there, it seems to me that the longer your bait is in the water when you're finesse fishing, you tend to have a larger fish on. You're not going to get those dinks.
Yep.
So
Tell you, I've had my clinger whoop my butt with a drop shot in the back of the boat.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
driving that thing across the back, and or I've seen again, frog fishing. I'm walking that popping frog. I'm moving it kind of quick, and I go ahead and make another cast. And I've seen him throw a wacky rig right behind where I just hit that frog, and zzz, I'm like, gosh. And they just want that slower presentation. They were looking at it. They never committed to that frog. But that's where, advice I ever get to co-anglers is play cleanup. So know I'm sighting those fish. I don't know, you fish clear water with a live scope, right?
Yep.
So one of my tactics, and I'm not even going to mention the lake owner. I see there's a couple people in here that I fish against. I got to be very careful what I talk about. But I will throw, I don't have my glide bait in front of me. I'll take a big, huge glide bait, and I got one designed specifically for this, and I burn it. And what happens to this fish when the sun comes up in a clear lake, they're going to go down to the bottom. They're up early morning, they're up in the column, and then they start navigating down. And you'll see those fish start coming up. And I'm like, I got you. And I'll reel that bait in real quick, and I'm flushing them up like flushing out deer. And then I'll cast real quick, throw my minnow on top of them. Zzz, that's how I do it.
So you throw the glide bait and then the minnow?
No, it's not live bait. No, I'm throwing that
Glide bait.
Yeah, glide bait. I throw the glide bait just to flush them up. That way I can see them, because sometimes, you see little rocks like crawled on the bottom. Like, is that a bass or not? So I'll throw my glide bait out there, let it sink down in about 10 foot if I'm fishing 20 foot of water, and then I just start burning it. And what's going to happen is that fish is going to start coming up, or at least get them a little bit off the bottom. I can see how big it is, see me one time, and then I'll throw that wacky on top of them. Let that thing, then you'll see them shoot up because they're interested. You're almost exciting that fish to where now they're on the hunt. They were just stuck to the bottom. So probably a little too much information I gave out there, but I've done
that's good information. I like it.
Well in a lot of my tournaments by doing that. A lot of people just drive around, they're zigzagging back and forth on that scope, just looking for the fish, but they don't realize what's really underneath them. If they took the bait and flushed those fish out, there's fish all over that lake. On most of these lakes, they're everywhere.
Now, do you believe that your sonar shows you all of the fish, even the ones that are hiding in the cracks and in the crevices of the rocks?
Yeah, mine do. So mine are a little different. So mine are.
Tell me about your setup.
So I went to North Florida Sonar. So mine, let's see. I have
all high tech. Everything's a digital world now.
Are you familiar with C Clear?
Yep.
So they have their own version of that. It's a little bit better than C Clear. It's a clear image. Like the guy that went with me today, took Bass Frenzy fishing with me today. And he was like, holy cow, look how clear your graphs are. Like, you don't have to add anything to your bait. I literally could see the weight of the, only had a quarter ounce on there. You can see the weight going down of the drop shot, like not tungsten, just regular weight. It's really, really clear. I can see the eyeballs of the fish. I can see the tail.
Oh, that's cool.
What they've done is they added that, their version of the C Clear on there. And then what I do is I have dedicated power to each of my graphs. So each one of my graphs are individually ran to the back of the boat. So it has heavy gauge wire on it with its own fuse, and it has its own battery dedicated to each graph. So I have 5 batteries in the back. I have 2 36-volt for my trolling motor, and then the rest of them are dedicated to my graphs. So my graphs are pulling 14 volts, each one of them. And I can tell if a fish farts in the water. That's how clear it is. Yeah.
Now,
so
on MLF, is your co allowed to fish on the front with you, or is he up on the front, or does he have to stay on the back?
No, that's how they get thrown out of the boat. No, they're not allowed to cross that threshold. They can come to the front if
for certain instances.
Yeah, they can come up there to land the fish, and they have to announce they're coming up there. And then they got to be respectable of the deck, make sure they're not stepping on the rods and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's they're not allowed to be up there actually fishing. They can't forward cast, so you can't cast at the front of the boat. I've had a couple of co-anglers do that. I catch a fish and then I bzzz, right over my shoulder. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
No, see, I've had pros tell me this whole side, all you. And I mean, they don't care if I go over their shoulder, over the top of their head, just as long as I don't hit them.
Yeah, and now that does happen, and there is instances like that. I mean, there's
it's choreographed, right? Like for we're stair stepping each cast,
yep.
and we're trying to get through an area real quick, and we might be throwing crankbaits or spinner baits, chatterbait, the jawbreaker, but it's one of those instances where you're working a bank in you're in a short amount of time, and the pro wants you doing it, and
Yeah.
so. If you're sitting on the back and you just start throwing over your pro, he's going to freak out. So.
Yeah, I usually warn. I'm very professional out there, and again, it really depends on the co-angler. Like I tell everyone, I did like a whole video on do's and don'ts for meeting your pro. It starts with that phone call the night before. So I don't know if y'all do that. We do a phone call. So you get text your boat number, and then they get a number for your co-angler. So we call them the night before. And, we talk about where we're going to meet at. We talk about what we're going to be doing. I don't give them too much details. You got to be very careful, too, because that co-angler might be staying with 5 other co-anglers or 2 boaters. And they go, hey, Jeff said he's going to the north end and he's throwing a chatterbait. Well, that keys in, they might change their mind, but man, I probably should go north too if Jeff's on them. So I'm very careful with the information I put, but I'll tell them, hey, we're going to be flipping. We're going to be punching. We're going to be that way. They have kind of the right kind of rods, because that'd be messed up. Say, yeah, man, we're dragging a worm. Then they show up and then we're punching, and you don't have a punching rod with them. So I'm very much, I tell them that. I don't give them too much details on the baits, but that conversation right there sets the tone for the next day. I've had co-anglers go, well, you got waters for me? I'm like, waters for me? I said, I guess I can get you some waters to put in the boat, and better have ice. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've had co-anglers like that.
I'm a little bit different. I grew up where you kind of take care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's if you're going fishing for the day, you better pack yourself a lunch because mom ain't gonna do it.
Here's that boat.
Yeah, exactly.
I grab waters, and I always have ice. I've been burned before. I trusted the co-angler one time to get ice, and he forgot. So we went all day with hot, warm waters. It was like 92 degrees outside.
And there's etiquette, right? I mean, you got boat etiquette. So, I probably would have issues fishing next to alligators because sometimes I pack myself some ribs or I pack myself a pork chop, and I'll be throwing the bones into the water. Next thing you know, I'd have a Crocodile Dundee situation going on. So
a lot going on if you do that.
But with that being said, I am cautious of what I'm doing while I'm eating. I'm not dropping chips all over the floor of the boat. Now, some things are going to happen. You're flipping a bass in, it's going to puke a craw up. That happens.
Yeah, that's.
But it's expected that you're going to pick up after your fish. You're not expecting the pro to wipe up after your fish.
Spilling dip all over the deck. You're talking about the dock.
If you can't gut it, then you shouldn't be doing it on somebody else's boat. I'd shoot since I was 12 years old, and if you've got a whole lake to spit in.
Yeah, what was the guy caught it was my first boat. It was the first skeeter I had, and he's like, "Hey man, you mind if I smoke back here? I'm gonna hang off the power pole." I was like, the boat had 25 hours on it. It was like a brand new boat, and I was like,
no.
I'm a nice guy. I'm like, sure. I'm like, yeah, man, just look, don't get any action. It was windy too. It was like 5 to 10 mile per hour gust. And so I kind of positioned the boat to where the wind was blowing off the back, making sure. And sure enough, he's like, oh man, he's stomping on the deck. And he ashed on there, and it was a burn mark in the back right corner of my boat on top of the carpet. Didn't offer me money, didn't say sorry, didn't anything. He said, dang, that sucks, man. I'm like, yeah. Oh. No. But after that day, no one smokes on the boat. And that's part of my conversation the night before is hey, I don't care if you vape or whatever, you're not going to bring a cigarette on the boat.
Unfortunately, I do vape.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
Here's the way I have etiquette. So you tell me, oh, I don't appreciate vapes on my boat. Okay. Yeah. Well, I've got myself the Zyn, right? The can of Zyn.
Oh yeah.
I throw those in. I don't have to spit or anything like that. They're just it's getting me what I need to relax, to do my thing. It's my one thing that I have to work on myself to quit. But it's one thing where I also respect the owner of the boat and would not want to impede on somebody else's, enjoyment. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
some
it's expensive
some
too. So that carpet isn't cheap. So
no,
luckily
that boat, especially if you're looking at replacing it, you're looking at least. I've got a buddy in the Rob's Rigs and Restoration. He's out of Arizona, down there in Phoenix. I guarantee I see him replacing that carpet all day long, and there's people paying close to $1,000 to get it done.
yeah, it's expensive.
So
And these are padded. So Skeeter had padded deck too. So you got to remove the whole thing out and put the whole new piece back in. So it wasn't that bad. Luckily, I was able to just put a little patch on it. But yeah, it's just
what's going on, O'Basson? I got some people in here. Bearded Bass Hunters in here.
oh yeah,
What's
yeah. So
going on?
that's my cousin. He's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll show you some love over there. He's new to fishing. Actually, he's on his second year. I've kind of helped him along the way too, getting him into fishing.
That's awesome.
He started out. He's got a bass tracker, so I'm trying to get him to buy a boat. He needs to buy a Skeeter.
Yeah.
Get him
I
up.
need to buy a Skeeter.
You need to buy a Skeeter. I'm telling y'all,
Yeah.
that's the best boat. I've got a Ranger out there in the driveway too, and I've had Triton. I've had them all. I'm not just saying Skeeter because that's just all I've ever had. I mean, I've had all the boats, and I've even had a Phoenix. But Bearded Cat just got on here. He said I need a Skeeter for sure. But he's been in my Skeeter before. He's been out fishing with me.
I need to come out there and go fishing.
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
I'll do. Maybe we'll fish something together. I don't know.
That'd be
We'll
fun.
figure it out.
I'll tell you, I'm supposed to go to Headwaters next week. If you need to add that to your bucket list, that's a lake that has absolute giants in it.
Where's that?
It's right near Orlando. It's a little bit. I think it's a
Okay.
little bit south of Orlando, so it's not too bad.
So fly in, let the family go do Disney World, and we go catch some fish.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
down. So I got a question here from Gabe. He says he's been comparing the Skeeters with the Elites. So again, I've been on the Phoenix. This is why I recommend Skeeter. So for one, Skeeter is made it's made more solid. It's a solid hull. It's a little bit heavier. Some of the Phoenixes are faster. I'm not in the boat for the speed. Mine will do 74, and that's fast enough. What I want is what's going to handle big waves. If I'm getting out in 2 foot chop, I want it to be able to. I have just like Frank here. We have shoulder issues and neck issues, so I don't want to
Oh
go.
yeah, I'm popping my neck right now.
I don't want to.
Exactly what I'm doing.
I don't want to go out there and get beat to death, and have more back issues. So I really like the soft rod, the pad on there, and then another thing about the Skeeter versus the Phoenix is the deck. So I can get 20 rods on the deck easily. I can almost get 30 up there if I wanted to double up a little bit. But it has a wider deck. This morning I was fishing live scope with.
Why do you need 30 rods? It only takes one to catch a fish.
So I'm a power fisherman, so I cover a lot of water, throw a lot of baits.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, I know. Today I didn't have that many on there, but I was literally shoulder to shoulder. It was a lot bigger gentleman this morning, and we were fishing side by side using the same scope. He would cast to the right of it, I cast to the left of it. We're watching our baits go down together. That's just, and I still had all the rods on the deck. It's just a lot of room. Storage compartments are better. I just think the quality all around is just way better on it. The hull is not made for speed. It's not designed for speed. Another thing, I can do 74 miles per hour and literally take my hands off the wheel. I can look around. I don't have to worry about it walking on me. It will not walk. That boat will not try and walk on you. So I don't like driving the boat. I don't like sitting here doing like this the whole time I'm driving it. I like to relax, enjoy the ride. So, and that's just the Skeeter thing. Also, if I needed to, which if y'all watched the footage from Smith Lake, we had that incident. Well, I had to dodge that. I had to swerve out to the right to miss running into another boat, and I didn't think twice about it. Yanking the wheel, I was up on pad doing top speed, and the boat handles maneuvers. It cuts corners. I don't have to worry about it flipping, rolling on me. It's just a really good boat. I've had the 20-foot and I've had the 21-foot. I will tell you the FXR is way better than the ZX. The ZXRs, I don't like the two doors in the middle. It's more compartment space in the FXRs. I don't have the S. I have FXR 20 is what I have. But it has the day box on it, which is right there. All my top baits are right there, easily to grab. And the seats are a lot better. The seats are more comfortable. Again, I'm trying to save my neck and my back.
And it's got those higher up seats too that give you the neck support too.
It's so awesome. I tell you, I'll be out there in 2 foot, and I'm just holding on, just chilling, looking around.
I've been on the back of several boats. My favorite are Skeeter and Ranger boats. For two different reasons, right? I believe that Skeeter kind of handles the water a little bit better than a Ranger boat. But your Ranger, it's a good all around boat. It's going to get you where you need to go. When it comes to comfort, I think that the Skeeter's got way better comfort, more leg room. I carry a big tackle bag.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, you can put it right at your feet on the Skeeter.
this thing holds 12 of those 3,700 boxes. So the thing's huge. I put it right down at my feet. I've got plenty of space. You got usually a rod rack. Sometimes it's just slots on that side, but it holds at least six or seven rods pretty easy. So,
and I've had 50. I think it was 53 rods on deck at one time, and that was in the box and on top. We were pre-fishing, and so again, you're probably like, holy cow, why's he got so many rods? I've had tournaments. Where
why don't we should have more?
Well, I'll tell you why I had that many on that tournament, and I did really well. I think I placed like 18th or 19th in that tournament. I had 21 pounds and still got 18th or 19th. But what I was doing was early morning, I had all spinner rods. So it was an early morning. Fish were suspended. We just talked about. They were easier to catch, and I was just wearing them out. I was wearing them out in the morning, got a quick 5 fish, and then the sun comes up. I put all those inside and I swapped around. I went to rattle traps, crankbaits, moving baits. Yep. The fish were more down at the bottom. They wanted it fast. I was hitting brush piles. And then afternoon, the frog bite kicked on. I put all those rods away and I started breaking out my top water. So buzz bait, crankbait. Right before weigh in, I was doing top water. So I literally used every single one of those rods. I was out throughout the day. I was actually setting timers on my phone. Let me know when to do those transitions. I always say mind the transition. And then the wind picked up one time. I grabbed my spinner bait out, started throwing the spinner bait and the chatter bait. So I had those 2 rods tied on. So I don't like wasting time sitting down on the deck and retying. That's why.
No. You know what? The funny thing is, like, usually that's when me as a co, I catch my most fish. Is when the pro is either shut down doing something. For instance, Lake Mead, one bass, September. I had a pro day one. His digital reel took a crap on him. All of a sudden, I'm looking over, and this guy's breaking out tools. And I'm like, that's what we're gonna do right here in the middle of this tournament. And I mean, he took his time. He's like, I'm just gonna put you back here in this cove, and I'm gonna work on my reel. I'm like, okay, I can work with that. I caught 4 fish. He gets his reel put back together by, I think, about 1 o'clock. Gets it all back. I'm like, is it good? Throws it out one cast, catches a 4-pounder, the kicker fish for us. Plays 16th. We were in the money position at that point, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that. I'm more of, something's wrong with this rod. Let's grab another one.
Yeah, I'll put that in the
I'll deal with that tomorrow.
Yeah. If I throw in the wind, I get a little bit of bird's nest. No, I'm spinning it up.
I think a lot of pros put so much pressure on just trying to locate fish that when something happens, they kind of get that tunnel vision where they just can't let go of it. It's like, put that reel down, grab another one, and let's go. We're in the middle of a tournament. Derbies are minutes, man. Minutes mean everything. A 5-minute bite. A 5-minute bite could get you a five limit bag.
Absolutely.
So it just depends on where you're at and what's going on at that time. But if your rod's not in the water, my granddad used to tell me, if your rod ain't in the water, you ain't catching fish. And he's not wrong.
Gate asked which model do I have? So I have the FXR. I have the limited edition, and mine's a 20-foot. It's actually for sale right now. If you're interested in it, hit me a PM and I'll send you some photos.
Yeah, I think I might have a post of it too on there. I think I did. I did a story on it. Maybe I need to do another post, but yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Again, my boat is not stocked. I have it listed
It's
at
far
two
from
prices.
stock.
I have it for 79,000 with everything on it, and that's got $10,000 just in batteries and wires, and then I've got about 37,000 in grafts. I got 5 grafts on it. I've got 2 forward facing, so I got 2 GLS on there. I've got 2 of the, I think I had the 34s on there, 2 of those. So it has a lot of electronics. It sits about $200,000 invested, but I'm only asking 79 for all that, or you can do 69 with putting the regular batteries. It's all lithium, so I'll put it back to regular batteries, put brand new ones in there for you, and then take the grafts off. But the grafts are what's expensive. Somebody's getting a heck of a deal. It's rigged, ready to go, and I'm telling you, my grafts are
I'm
super.
still working on a few things. It's not out of the question yet. So.
Yeah. Or
We'll
I
see.
don't know what your Harley is. We can talk too. Maybe you can trade your Harley and do the cash.
Yeah. We'll every time I go to talk about that Harley, it gets hard. But it's time. Like I'm ready to sell the Harley. Especially with the way my neck and shoulder is. I have to pick and choose my battles. And I've got 23,000 miles on that on my butt, from I've done it coast to coast four times. I did Sturgis with the wife last year. Yeah, I think I'm settled with the Harley. It's just of actually letting it go and not having it in the garage now. So I've been in the process of saying goodbye. But yeah, it's time. I'm ready for a bass boat. It's time to start taking the next step up there, and that's really the next step. I mean, if you're going to dictate and decide where you're going to fish, that's the only way to do it. You're not going to do it from the back of a boat. So
I've noticed too. I've got a lot of co-angler buddies, and it seems like the sponsorships.
again, I got this whole thing that goes around. See,
Dude, that's pretty crazy.
we can go right here. Well, it stops there apparently, but Harley.
Sponsorships, it's a lot easier to get sponsorships if you have a boat. That's why they always ask what boat you have. What?
Exactly. Let's see. Can we go all the way? Well, you can see the backside of it.
There you go.
But,
I see your helmet.
yeah. So that's
Which
what.
one? Which
Was
Harley
that?
do you have? What Harley is it?
It's a Street Glide. It's a 21 Street Glide. I've got stage 2 on it, so it's got intake, pipes.
Is that 1,500 or 1,300?
It's 1,300 or 1,500. It's 109 cc or 108 cc's, I believe, is the motor. So I don't know what that translates to. But it's their Milwaukee 108 is what it is.
Okay.
I love it. I bought it actually brand new from Alligator Alley right there in Fort Lauderdale. Actually, I think it's in Sunrise, Florida. But bought it there, rode it all the way to Spokane, Washington. From Spokane down to Vegas, from Vegas back down to DC. Then from DC back to California, and then the last one I did was to Tennessee. I didn't go quite coast to coast. So I love the Maggie Valley area. I don't know if you've ever been through there. Maggie Valley, Johnson City, Tennessee, in between all that. It's just beautiful up there. It's motorcycle country.
That's where I was at for. We went there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where did we stay at? Where was it?
Yeah, we stayed right outside of that.
It's Maggie Valley, and we went all the waterfalls up there. It's a lot of really cool.
It's gorgeous up there. Wife and I are taking a trip. Well, our daughter's doing church camp in Franklin, Tennessee this year. So we're gonna go stay the week while she's at church camp. Go hang out and see the pretty country out there. So the wife's been there to Nashville once for a quick stay, and then she wants to explore it a little bit longer. I'm trying to talk her into moving out there. So eventually,
Cade's Cove. You ever heard of that? Cade's
No.
Cove. You like looking at deer? Are you
Yeah, love deer.
So they have monster deer up there. It's a natural preserve. They're protected deer.
On the other side of the mountain.
But it's on the other side. It's right near Maggie, but it's back towards Pigeon Forge. But it's
Okay. Maggie's got a ton of the elk too.
Oh yeah, we
Yep.
yeah we Where do we actually go?
Yeah, it was Maggie.
Elk is our favorite. Like I'd rather eat elk than beef. So
I think it was Cherokee. It's Cherokee.
yep, Cherokee, North Carolina. Yep, you got the Eastern Band Cherokee. It's actually one of my heritage. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Cherokee also. So now, see,
Oh,
that's
nice.
what I knew we liked each other for a reason. There you go.
there's a reason there, right? So my family,
What brothers? Yeah.
my family was in Dobson, North Carolina. That's where they all came from. They had a kraut farm, and Woods Canning Company was the name of their canning company in Dobson, North Carolina. And so I used to go back there, spend summers and quite a bit of time. And I think that whole southern hospitality and the southern roots of being raised, where proper manners and all of that fun stuff, and everybody goes to church on Sunday, and it seems like everybody is willing to help their communities there, and rather than the negativity of living in a community, right? There's more of the positivity, everybody waving at everybody. You get that in a small town where I live here, but you don't get that in the city, you know? And so I think that part of my childhood, we try to instill into our child because, it's one of those things where we all have values, you know? And if we aren't taught those values, then eventually those values just turn away and we don't value anything. So,
I'm
yeah.
actually from North Carolina also. So I told
Okay.
my sister she lives in Wilmington, North Carolina, and then I was raised up in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. So that's
I
why.
know Rocky Mountain. And then you got, was it Rocky Point? There's two.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why we got the Cherokee on us. But yeah.
Nice.
What's up,
Yeah.
Shay? How we doing, brother? Shay jumped in here. Your cousin.
Oh, and the wife said it was 2 years ago we went to Sturgis. So
Oh, 2 years ago. There you go. Sturgis.
that's an experience. It's an experience. It's not like you would think, like you see TV shows and stuff about like Sturgis being all wild and crazy. It's more of a family event now. That doesn't mean crazy stuff doesn't go on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, what I found Sturgis to be about is it's an area that you go there, celebrate riding motorcycles, have a couple of beers. But the best part is they've got about 7 or 8 different rides that you do, one ride each day. One of them takes you by Mount Rushmore, and I'm telling you, when you get there, it just makes the hair stand up. It's not as big as I had pictured in my head, but rolling up on a Harley, seeing Mount Rushmore is pretty amazing. I got within 10 feet of probably a 1,900-pound buffalo that was really pissed off. My last thing pissed off, but I thought he was going to charge me. At one point, we got a pretty cool video of it, but yeah, it was an experience. We came home through Yellowstone. It was a great ride. Yeah, so time to get rid of that thing though. So,
Yeah. We'll talk.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Real partial on it. I could probably sell it pretty quick down here.
I bet you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's all highway miles. It's 23,000 miles. I think, I'd be asking somewhere about 14 to 16 on it, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. I've got it all done. I just got to make the jump.
There you go.
So
Yeah, made the walk. Yeah, they got that. We're right near Daytona, so they have the Daytona down here. Bike week here gets pretty big. It's pretty easy to sell a bike.
that gets a little wild and crazy. I wouldn't say you. Yeah, is it? Would you say that's a family event?
That is not a family event. And then there's also Thunder over Panama. So Panama Beach, that one's not friendly either. That's not,
Not friendly either, huh? Yeah.
No,
So,
no, that was crazy.
well,
Yeah, I
I
was stationed.
want to wish you a bunch of luck with your fishing on Sunday.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go finish packing up the boat. Like I said, I think this is gonna be a key. I think early morning, late afternoon, this is gonna be a key, and then I'm gonna be throwing this pretty much all day.
Now, do you fish on live when you do your tournament or no?
We're not allowed to go live on MLF.
Oh, really? At all?
Nope. And then this is gonna go into play because what's happening?
Yeah.
Those bass are in pre-spawn. So what
That's
they're
your jerk bait, right?
Yeah. So what they're doing is they're feeding up. So this is my favorite one, the blue with the chrome because it's going to be sunny. It's supposed to be 80 degrees out there. So we're going to get a warming trend. It's going to get warmer each day leading up to the tournament on Saturday. So I think those fish are going to be out there. They're going to be balled up. There's going to be clusters of them feeding up. There's going to be 8, 9 pounders out there just smashing on the shad. So I'm going to be throwing that out there. And then,
are they pre-spawning for you now, or?
so they're going to be all 3 phases. So we're going to have pre, post, and so pretty much all of them. They're going to be on the beds. So I've hurt myself. By the way, this is my home lake. So this tournament this weekend is pretty big for me because I've fished it so much. But I've hurt myself going after bedding fish because you come out the water at 4:30, 5 o'clock. You don't know what happens from 5 o'clock to dark. So someone actually filmed videos. I had this one stretch. I had each bed marked, and I was like, I've got 35 pounds easy sitting on these beds. And nobody had messed with them. They've been there. I went like 3 or 4 times back to them to check on them, make sure nobody messed with them. I came out the water. We had to be out the water about 4 o'clock for the meeting. And went the next morning. I was so excited. Talking about waking up for Christmas, ready to go. I couldn't get out there fast enough. And I was boat number 3. I got to my spot, and every single one of them fish were gone. And 2 days later, somebody dropped a YouTube video. It was 36 pounds they caught on that one stretch right there. The whole thing's on YouTube. Watch them smash them. They were actually catch them in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, SR Fishing? Thanks for joining in, brother. What's up, Charlie Bass? Charlie Bass, y'all make sure y'all follow each other. Also follow the top gifters up there. It's all about networking and make sure that we spread the love on both sides.
Most definitely. I'm not very TikTok savvy, so if y'all just send me a request, I will hit accept all the way down. So
SR Fishing, he's been a lot of help. He's on our pro staff. He's
his name's Steve, right?
Yep, Steve R. Yep. So he's awesome. And then Charlie Bass, we're trying to get him to fish the MLF. I think he's got one of his first tournaments coming up. He's brand new to fishing. He has a boat. He has some really cool videos. He catches a lot of fish. He's been catching a lot of them on the chatterbait also. But I'm trying to get him in there as well. But he's also going to be doing a couple of vendor events as well. I guess there's some local, bait sales, trade shows, and stuff like that. So we sent him some banners out there.
So how do you want me to work that? Because I get the expos on the West Coast all the time. I can go over to LA or San Diego and hit up the expos. Would love to do it if that's something you want me to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll get you some info.
Yeah, what we've been doing is if anybody's interested in doing that, so what we do is we'll just we'll ship you the banners and some business cards and stuff like that, and then get you started up, and then we'll do like a you're going to have the business cards anyway with the website and everything, but you'll have all the baits right there in front of you, and you do
a meet and greet. Yeah.
Yep, and then it's good for you too. Like I was telling SR Fishing, what's great about it is you're networking, so you're going to meet other shops.
Networking, yeah.
Yeah, so it's good for you, exposure, and they also see that you're promoting the bait. So they're like, hey, you think about promoting blah, blah, blah. And so it's good there as well.
That's the awesome thing about bait, right? Somebody comes up to talk to you about one of your baits. It's already somebody on the same wavelength as you. I mean, usually people see bait turn the other way, but the guy who comes walking up, you're like, all right, we're on the same wavelength. Let's go ahead and chat, you know? Yeah, so it works out great.
Yeah, Grizzy in the house too. Everybody's getting on now. It's the West Coast folks are starting to jump on. It's a little late over there.
Yeah, it's 5:30, so everybody's probably getting home from work right about now and all that fun stuff.
We got 17 people in here. Y'all, thank y'all for joining in. We're just here talking fishing. I don't know if y'all just joined in. Let's see, 3 of y'all just did. We were talking a little bit about co-angler. A couple of y'all had asked me about that. You know, the rules. There's a lot of unwritten rules. You don't forward cast. Don't leave your trash in the boat. Make sure you clean up after
shoes. Clean bottoms of your shoes.
Oh, yes, that's another thing, especially if you're fishing like a sandy bank or whatever, you know. Really that first interaction you have, you know, they say the first interaction you can't ever take back. That is so true. And you're stuck with that person for eight hours. So you might as well make the best of it. Positive.
I got a story.
Oh, you got another story? Yeah, positive.
I was fishing a tournament. Met this guy 5 minutes now. Now it's funny because we meet each other for 5 minutes. We go over a plan. All of a sudden, I trust this guy with my life going on down, 75 miles an hour on a boat, right? So I'm sitting there and they're getting ready to start singing the Star Spangled Banner, and apparently he had to use the restroom and it just happened right then and there off the back of the boat. And it wasn't number one, but it was one of those deals where you don't ever forget that moment you met that person within the 5 minutes of what was going on. So whenever I see his face, that's all I can picture is.
I got real close.
That.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't get
Now
that
I
close.
understand if you gotta go, you gotta go. I get it, but not before the Star Spangled Banner 5 minutes after you introduce yourself. I mean, at that point, you probably should have went before you got on the boat, right? So
Y'all are real close friends.
yeah. So you don't want to be that either. I'm just saying that make sure that you're ready to go when you get on the boat.
Grizzly said the guy
Hygiene's
was
a great
nervous.
thing.
guy was
Hygiene's a great
nervous.
thing.
Yeah. As long as he didn't try to hold your hand or anything while he was doing it. Yeah. Then that would be.
Yeah, well, where's the seats? Where's the seats on a bass boat?
Yeah. SR Fishing said they were putting
How
in the water.
far? How far back is that? Is that back of that boat? It's really not that far.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I would have rather gone to the front of the boat.
Yeah, I would have gotten in the front of the boat and let him have the whole back. I just would have
Yeah. So
I might have been like, hey, just take me to shore, brother. I'm just going to stand over there while you go do what you got to do.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is, earlier that day, we were fishing that tournament. Gary Yamamoto was fishing it with us. Yamamoto Baits,
Yeah.
legend. She got to run into him, and I was telling her what I was having to deal with. So she's like, "Yeah, I was just talking to your childhood hero," and I'm like, "Yeah, this is what I had to just deal with." So she goes, "Like, really, on the back of the boat?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's how it went down. I'll never forget it, Jeff."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you are kind of SR Fishing. You are stuck in the back of the boat. You're actually not supposed to go to the front of the boat unless you ask permission.
You're there.
I don't know why you didn't go to the shore. I probably would have gone to the shore.
Well, here's the funny thing. As soon as they got the Star Spangled Banner done, like there's a floating toilet about 10, 15 feet, but the sun wasn't all the way up where it was still pretty dark, but it was one of those deals where, okay, I guess we're real close real quick. And that's my first impression of you.
I do have a video that says not to have Mexican food the night before the tournament. So he might have made that.
I'm very specific about that. I usually carb up, nothing too spicy, carbs for the energy. And then in the morning, if I do eat anything breakfasty, it's just real mellow. I'm not eating anything that's going to upset my gut. Midday, I know I'm pretty good at that point. So ribs, pork chop, that stuff's okay, Usually when you get around that bend at 1 o'clock, you can make it through the day, So
he's got a buddy that enjoys aqua dumps. That's not good.
no, that's not good.
Yeah,
That's the reason why we got floaty poop baits now, right?
yeah, you do. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's certain things we do not eat before the tournament. I stay with a group. We travel around, and we'll have food like the first night, but we ain't doing it the night before the tournament. It ain't gonna happen.
No Chinese food the night before.
No, we eat healthy. Usually we try to stack proteins. We do steaks or hamburgers or something with a lot of sustenance in there that we're not gonna hate ourselves the next day. But dude wipes are a must-have in the boat, just in case, though.
Dude wipes are, but that's the cool thing about being a boat. You can pull to shore real quick, handle business, and get right back on the boat. You don't have to. It's never that big of an emergency where you just have to do it like that. So there's proper etiquette. Also,
the flip of it, he could have done it on himself, and he would have had to smell it the whole day. That would have sucked.
Yeah, and from my experience, don't talk politics.
Oh no.
Keep your conversation real light. I know the MLF's real strict about what you guys talk about. So, I'm sure you're talking about football or weather or other things than anything other than bait and fishing and who they fish with and what they do, right?
Yeah, I really don't talk on the boat. So let's say you and I were fishing together. So we would have had our conversation the night before. When we get in the boat, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, where you from? We had like small chat talk. And I'm like,
launch. And then once your launch begins, you're fishing your style, yeah.
I am locked on. I'm thinking $100,000. We got to go fishing, and I'm really quiet until I have 5 fish in the boat. I'm like holding my breath, and once I get 5 fish in the boat, I'm like, whew, I just.
Now, do you send your wife a text when you got 5?
Oh no, you can't touch your phone. So MLS
at all?
that. Yeah, we're not allowed to touch our phones.
I
Nah.
always, I'm allowed to, so I text limit. You know.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were on. So speaking of that, I'll tell you a quick story. So Smith Lake, I was fishing the pro circuit, and it was real foggy that morning. We took off, went there, and there was a boat crash. And we got to our spot. Well, everyone knows not to not to call me, text me, or anything on my tournament. Or if you do, I'm not gonna even look at my phone to after the tournament. And all of a sudden, my phone just starts blowing up. I'm getting all these texts, and then all of a sudden, I feel like I'm getting a phone call. I look down, and it's my wife. And I'm like, "Why are you calling me on the tournament?" And on the pro, we actually have cameras on board. They can see everything you're doing. So they're watching you. They can go live at any time while we're out there on the boat. And she's like, "I'm making sure you're alive." They just said one of you guys died on the water in the tournament. I was like, "No, I'm okay." And then I had chicken skin. I knew exactly what had happened because where we ran that morning, I had dodged out of the way of another boat that was right there in the turn. And sure enough, when we ran back through, the dive team was in the water pulling the bodies out. So
Man.
yeah, pretty bad. That messed me up a little bit. But
I bet.
yeah, that was tough. I didn't fish for it was about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I didn't get back in the boat.
Yeah.
Like I guess like having a motorcycle crash, you got to kind of
Shake off the cobwebs, and you got to get your mind back on. So yeah, it happens. So it's not, and that's the thing. These launches and it is a whole lot could go wrong real quick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one risk that I'm pretty sure I'm well aware of it every time I get on the boat. But that is a risk that we do take, during the launch is that extra speed really worth it at times? And, so we've had a couple instances here where, you're running 4 or 5 wide and all of a sudden somebody wants to make a left turn, and to cut off everybody to get to their spot. I don't know. I don't think that's necessary to win a tournament, right? I mean, if you've got to get to a spot first to get your spot, I understand that, but risk first reward. If you can't fish when you get there because you just screwed everybody up, then what's the point?
Yeah, we I do have some more advice for the co-anglers. I see there's several in here that are co-anglers.
All right.
So the last tournament on Okeechobee, we were fishing it was day 1 of the Toyota Series 2 weeks ago, and my roommate he actually threw his co-angler out the boat. So it was 10-mile-per-hour winds. It was pretty gusty. Okeechobee was pretty choppy. When we ran out of Uncle Joe's cut, went out to the main lake, we were getting beat pretty bad. Well, he just took off. He was doing 65 over those 2-footers. I went ahead and peeled off and went up into the grass there and just started fishing until it was about an hour the wind was going to die down. Well, his co-angler was kind of new and didn't really know to hold on. So you're getting, you're getting beat to death. You've got to hold on. There's 2 handles, especially on a skeeter. You got one under your chair and you got one on the side you can hold on to. But he took one of those waves. The boat kind of turned a little bit, and the boater said all he saw was his feet going out the side, and they were going 65 miles per hour. It's 40 degrees outside, so he come off pad, pulled around real quick, and he said by the time he got to him, he was standing in a 4 foot of water. And he was freezing to death. So that those were both my friends. They actually were my roommates, both of them. They linked together, and they were pretty upset with each other. But
I bet he holds on to that handle from now on.
Yeah, I bet he holds on to that handle. But that's one thing about a co-angler. The boater's all about safety. Make sure y'all stay safe, but it's also your job to hold on.
My right hand is usually on a net, because the net's usually, my responsibility because you're focused on the water, right? Yeah. So I've got a hand on the net. That's one thing that I noticed that is nice about some of, and I don't know if it's brand specific, but the slots for your nets that go down in the middle underneath the live well, I think those things are golden. But for the most part, your net usually gets left out. Grab the net. I try to wrap my hand around the net and grab the bottom of the seat on the right side, left hand on the handle. And I mean, I deal with some serious, waves out here, but for the most part, if it's glass or just a little chop, that's not really a big deal as far as holding on, as long as you can anticipate it, what the driver's doing. And when it gets a little crazy, I'll take the extra weight from my tackle box, put that whole thing down on my feet so that my feet are under the tackle bag, just for that extra support, I guess you would say, because it does get a little crazy where you are leaving your seat,
Thank you
So,
for the roses, SR Fishing. I got a question here. It says, can you go over?
hey Anthony, what's going on? Donkey Schlonkers is in here, so that's
Oh,
cool.
what's up, Donkey Slonkers? It says what to bring with you, the number of the rods. So it depends on what lead you're in. If you're fishing Major League Fishing, you're only allowed to have 7 rods. That's it. You can't have anything more than 7 rods. And
I would never bring more than 6 or 7 rods, even if I wasn't fishing something that is limited. I mean, you have limited amount of space where you're fishing. Your back is not as big as the front, and if you don't want rods all over the place, then digging for the rod on the bottom is gonna create a big mess for you. And usually the rod that you need is at the bottom of the pile, right? So all of a sudden you're digging for everything, and if you're trying to be sneaky and stealth and pull into a cove, all of a sudden you got rattling noises of all your rods trying to get out to get the rod that you wanted. I think it's easier to manage. The less rods you have, the easier they are to manage. 6 or 7 is manageable. Anything more, it starts to get a little tricky.
you're allowed to have one bag. You can have one bag, and then you can have one of your rain gear. So it could be a backpack with rain gear in it, but that's it. So usually what happens is the boater's going to leave the back compartment right behind your seat will be open. And then what you want to bring a snack and a couple of waters. Usually we're going to have a cooler open for you. It's a little small cooler in the center. And then we'll bring ice. You do have the option in MLF to bring a chair. So we'll ask you, do you want a chair? So we'll put that in there. But as far as bait wise, that's why it's important to kind of get as much as you can from your boater the night before. He or she's going to be like, hey, we're going to be flipping. And say, hey, we're going to be flipping the whole day. Yep, we're being flipping. It's important to ask that because you might start out flipping to go frogging. But if you're asking, are we doing that the whole day? Is it, well, actually, we're going to go frogging in the afternoon. Well, now you know you need a frog rod and you need a flipping rod. So it kind of keys you on what to throw. Or if he says cranking, if you're going to be cranking all day, well, that tells you you're going to be offshore. You're probably going to be offshore something. But
Now, is your BFL the same way,
yeah,
or
BFL.
do you get matched up that morning?
You get matched up the day before. So I'll know Friday night who I'm fishing with. So we have a meeting. So it'll be just like this. It's a big online meeting. All 130 of us get in a group chat like this. And the tournament director goes over the rules, regulations, any updates, anything going on. We're only allowed to have our live scopes on for 3 hours. It's got to be continuous. So once I turn mine on, I got to set a timer on my phone. And once that 3 hours up, I shut it off. So he'll go over all those rules. And then we'll start getting text. And he'll say, boat number 2, flight 1 due in at 3 o'clock. And then there'll be 5 flights that's due in at 5 o'clock. So, and then it gives the name and a phone number of my co-angler. So
See, Bass Nation is different for us. We get matched up that morning. We meet out, at the launch at 4:30 in the morning, go over regulations and all the rules. And then the draw happens right then and there. So you have literally 5 minutes with your pro to figure out what you do. So it makes it tricky for me, right? So basically what I have ready to go right now, the way I'm rigged up for Sunday is I have I got my wacky set up. I have my drop shot set up, but I also throw a tube grub on there sometimes, or I throw it as a Ned. And then I have my Chapo ready to go in the morning for the top water. And then that's going to switch over to a swim bait at some point, or a frog if I need to. And then from there, I've got my crankbait. I've got my jawbreaker set up, and then I've got my frog set up. So pretty well covered on all of those. I try to, when it's like that. Now, one bass I get matched up the night before, so that's cool because then you can plan ahead. But for Bass Nation, the morning draw, I try to cover all of the water column, right, from the top to the bottom. Yeah. That way I can kind of adjust as what my pro is doing and then kind of go off of that. So,
hey, SR Fishing, another tip for you is So communicate with your boater. So like if I'm a boater, I will tell my coworker, hey, I'm going to give you a 5-minute warning when I'm ready to go. So you want to keep it tidy.
And it gets fast.
I've had
You come
coworkers
on.
before make an absolute mess on the back of the deck. I look back and there's like 10 bags of worms everywhere. There's like 3 rods across the back deck, and it's a mess. And I'm like, hey, we're going to leave in 5 minutes. Oh, I can't leave in 5 minutes. So now you're actually impeding. It's going against the rules. You're impeding the boater from fishing. I'm not able to move when I need to move. So kind of have your stuff nice and tight. Have your deck cleaned up. Also, if you're fighting a fish, you're going to have all that stuff in your way. So, pull a bait out and then put all your stuff back in there. Don't leave your stuff all over the deck because he's going to be ready to go or she's going to be ready to go to the next spot. And now they got to wait for you to put all your stuff up.
Also, a difference between your MLF and bass is I can net my pro's fish. The pro can net my fish. You guys don't use nets. You got to use either boat flip them or lip them, right?
No, we have nets in the BFL. So depends on which tournament I'm in. So BFL, we can use a net. But we're in Florida. We use 60-pound braid. We boat flip. I boat flipped a 7-pounder last Saturday. Yeah, it was 7.3, and I was just like, yeah, I'm using 60-pound defense bait and tackle braid. That stuff don't break. Like you literally can pull your boat to a log if you wanted to. It ain't gonna snap on you.
I went with your little lighter stuff, the 12-pound.
Oh, that's good stuff too.
Yeah, I want to put this on my new drop shot rod when it gets here. So
that stuff, that right there is just as strong as that 60. It's crazy how strong that braid is. So good stuff.
Yeah, I like it. So, and then another thing as a always be aware of your surroundings. Sometimes your pro forgets where the back end of his boat is, and here we got a whole lot of rock, boulders and that type of thing. So if you're on the backside and you all of a sudden you see rocks, it's always good to let your pro know, hey, you got some stuff going on back here. So.
Yeah, that would be bad to back into a rock. That would not be good. That would bend your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go finish packing up my boat. I gotta grab my air
rigging up. I appreciate it, Jeff. It was great. I'll see you next week, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, brother. Thanks again for having me.
Let me know how
make sure y'all follow over there. Follow each other. Follow the top gifters. And again, we're gonna try to do this weekly. So if y'all have any questions that you're like, oh man, I should have asked them this. To be continued. Or you can shoot me a message.
Let's see. My live is not recommendation and restricted in search results because it redirects users for purchase products outside of TikTok.
Yeah.
So do I hit appeal?
Yeah, you hit appeal. It's gonna deny it. But you made references to a couple of stores and to the .com. So whenever you do that, trust me, TikTok does this to me too. You'll get a violation. Not a big deal.
Okay. So it's like a timeout or what?
Like a TikTok jail, yeah. For like 30, 40 minutes, your videos will be on like pause.
I can't say .coms or any of that.
You can say it like that. You can't actually say, I can't redirect you. They want everybody to buy stuff on the TikTok shop.
Well, how do I do a TikTok shop? Is that easier?
Well, a TikTok shop it's actually easy to make a TikTok shop, but what they don't want you to do is send somebody to a different store. So you said a couple of big name stores, and that flags you. You can't.
All right. Well, I won't mention any more.
Defense bait tackle because that's actually on TikTok. So you send them there. You just can't say that.com.
Gotcha.
This is crazy. You'll learn and go look up. There's it's called Banana Words. Go look up. There's like 200 something words you can't say.
Okay.
On these lives, and if you do that, if you get too many violations, they'll shut it down. They actually just shut you down.
Banana Words. I'll look that up.
Yeah, Banana Words. Yep.
Next week we're gonna have Nick Gets Bass on. He's from Florida. He's an angler and content creator. In your neck of the woods, I've seen him catch a lot of big peacock bass.
Oh, nice.
And so I thought we'd have him on there and talk about what he does. And I know your viewers probably wonder how they start, getting a following and creating content. So I thought we'd get a content creator out here to tell us. So
let's do it. That sounds like fun.
Appreciate it. Everybody coming in and checking us out. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too.